Hello everyone! Did Santa's helper bring everyone what they wanted for Toy Day? Right now on Batu, it's 8:06 p.m. on Sunday, December 25th, 2022. Did everyone have a good Toy Day yesterday? I know I did! And now that Toy Day is behind us, it's time to start getting set up to welcome the new year. This means that the tree in front of the resident services will be taken down soon, so visit it while you still can. I don't have any big news to share with you all today, but I would like to touch on one seasonal topic. From the middle of December to early January, the island's cedar trees are decorated with lights. I did my very best to make them as beautiful as they can be, but I'm not confident in my results. I accidentally bumped into one of the decorated trees and a few of the ornaments fell right off. I can only imagine what would happen if someone shakes a tree. In the interest of keeping the island tidy, please lend a hand by picking up any fallen ornaments you see. Oh, right! I sent out a recipe for all DIY recipe app users. What for, you may ask? An ornament wreath! I bet those fallen ornaments you pick up would really come in handy for this type of project. That's all for now. I hope you all enjoy the loveliest of lovely days. This build is just so freaking cute. I love her so much. Hello, friends, here to you, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. Yesterday, a lot happened. We got a new job, we got the new resident services building, the Able Sisters opened up, and we visited some super awesome family members. And in today's video, it's going to be a bit more of a chill day. That on the corner of the screen makes me super happy. Alright, we got something from Dodo Airlines, but the pockets are too full because why wouldn't they be? Alright, so there's something that I need to explain real quick. I got the expanded inventory because I was trying to get all the presents that my mom gave me, but I don't have enough storage to put them all in. So I think I went ahead and paid off the loan and started the process to get a new house, or at least expanded housing, things like that. So the current, yep, there we go. Yeah, we got new housing things, so yay, this is gonna be super awesome and stuff. So we're gonna have a bit of a bit. That is a redundant sentence if I do say so myself. So, yeah, we can see how much more space we've got. It doesn't seem like a whole lot right now, but the big thing that I want to focus on is the inventory, because now we have a lot more inventories. That's gonna be pretty exciting and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and drop these off on the ground right now. We'll have the montage of putting all these away and things like that a little bit later. But I would like to say, I just want to give a special shout out to my family and things like that for not only joining us yesterday, but for also just being super supportive throughout my time making videos and things like that. Because, 10 years is a long time to make anything. I didn't really think when I started making videos I'd be sticking with it for this long. Kind of going into a bit of a serious topic, I had ideas for Let's Plays that could go on for that long, but I didn't really think I'd actually go through with it. And it's not that I didn't want to, it's more so that, nobody really knows what they're doing in 10 years, so it was kind of wondering, am I really going to be able to pull it off for this long? And it's very exciting because here I am 10 years later, I'm still making videos and I'm still loving it, so I just want to give a huge thank you to my family for supporting me throughout all that time and things like that. My sisters have been on numerous videos, and yesterday was the first time that my mom was ever in a video too. So I just want to give them all the biggest shout out in the world and things like that. Now, I don't know if I'll be making videos for 10 more years. If we ever do make it to 20 years, that'll be interesting. I don't know how long I'll be able to do this for, but let's just hope that I can do this for as long as I can, because I have a lot more ideas for Let's Plays in the future. Yay, happy home academy! We're rank B. Congratulations. To celebrate the new addition to your home, please accept this small gift. You'll need a convenient electronic appliances for your upgraded home. Alright, what kind of stuff do we get now? Hopefully it's interesting. Alright, so we got the Dodo Airlines, a t-shirt. It's actually pretty nice, but I want the Christmas sweater because I'm going to keep it on forever and ever and ever to keep that festival spirit alive. We got a sewing machine. That's pretty cool. It's weird. I know how to sew. I don't know how to use a sewing machine, though. And an automatic washer. Yay! But the real prize is this over here. So, star fragments, they will appear whenever there's a starry sky. So whenever there's like a shooting star night on either your island or somebody else's island, if you look up at the sky and press the A button, stars will fall onto your island the next day. Star fragments are pretty interesting. We'll go in more detail on them a little bit later in our adventure. But as for right now, let's go over here and talk to some of our residents. I don't know how he knew, but I got exactly what I wanted from Santa yesterday. Hang on. I bet it was the letters I've been sending him every single day since March. Yeah, Santa reads them. It's just so cute and wholesome. I got a boat and a bottle! Yeah! Alright, so we're taking care of all that and stuff like that, so let's go over here and go this way. Now, I think after Resident Services is fully expanded, there's more stuff that becomes available in the Nook Stop. So I'd like to go over here and get interrupted by Tom Nook once again. Well, hello there, Gator. Your home is much roomier, yes? It's nice to have a little more extra space. Which brings us to that icon on the top corner is the death sentence, 198,000 bells. Yes, please make payments using the Nook Stop's APD feature as you've done before. As always, it's been ever so nice at doing business with you. Yes, yes. Yay, 2 days in a row! Alright, let's see what snazzy rewards we've got now. Alright, most of these seem pretty simplistic. I believe this right here, this is actually pretty useful. We haven't gone over it yet. But the bell voucher, basically what this does is that whenever you use you can exchange your Nook miles into bells. So if you find you have a bit of a bell shortage, but you have a bunch of Nook miles, you can get a bunch of these and then sell them to get like 3,000 bells per voucher. It's pretty useful. I don't use it too much, to be honest, but it's definitely something that you want to keep an eye out for. So I don't think... Oh, I like the fountain. I like the fountain, but we don't have enough Nook miles for it. Alrighty then. Well, we definitely are going to get some of these as time goes on. I'm not going to be buying these on screen. This is going to be more so stuff we'll be showcasing off screen and then showing the results of it later. So we got a couple more things that are pretty nice. So that's pretty cool. Now, is there anybody else around the island that we can talk to? Bubbles! Okay, this is random, but you know how sometimes you can't sleep the night before Toy Day? I couldn't sleep the night after Toy Day. I was just so happy that he delivered Santa's gift. Oh, this is so cute. Oh, Savannah's building something! Okay, what are you building? Sorry, I'm in the middle of something right now. What are you up to? I'm currently crafting a festive top set, just to see how I do it. DIY is great to learn by doing. I'm totally obsessed with it. Gator, want to learn how to make your own festive top set? Alright. I wrote down all the details right here. It should be easy for you. So whenever you go into a villager's house and they're building something, you can talk to them and they'll give you a new DIY recipe. So that's a pretty good motivation to break into people's houses. Like a genie. Man, this SpongeBob Christmas episode is probably like my favorite Christmas special of all time, honestly. Oh, no, Bubbles, I want to talk to you! Okay, well, let's go talk to Phoebe, who's staring at the wall. Thanks to you for picking up the slack for Jingle yesterday. I had the sickest toy day. You rock. Aww. This all make me think of this one really sweet story that happened a few years back. So, I'll get into this a little bit more in a moment, but Bubbles wanted to talk to us. You're not gonna do the thing? You're probably gonna give us a reaction! Dang it! No! Alright, fine. We have one more villager we'll talk to, and then we'll get into fun story time stuff. Getting a gift from Santa has been mega hyped. I feel so festive. I could sprint for days, hoorah. Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. Yo, what's up, hoorah? Everybody seems to hate muscle soreness, but I actually don't mind it. The other day, Bubble said, "My arm muscles are so sore." So I said, which are muscles? And she goes, I don't know. But there's a lot of range there. You could be talking about biceps, triceps, or even forearm muscles. You gotta know your arms. Okay, so the fun story that I want to talk about, I actually have a bunch of Christmas stories that's probably going to make up the majority of this episode. So the first thing I want to talk about happened when my sister was still pregnant with my baby niece. So the apartment that we were living in at the time, they were doing this really cute thing where they had a letterbox for people to drop off letters to Santa and things like that. And so everybody in my family dropped off a letter. I can't remember for the life of me what exactly I wrote, but I think I wrote something along the lines of helping make sure that my baby niece had a fun first Christmas when she was born. And then like Santa came back and replied something along the lines of that it was like a super sweet letter and things like that. It was really sweet. I can't remember for the life of me what exactly was written, but like that was always one of my more fond Christmas memories and things like that. So the majority of this episode, there's not really that much that's going on about to right now. So the rest of this episode is going to be more so of a fun story time kind of video situation, where I'm going to be sharing some of my more personal favorite memories of my favorite Christmases over the years. Christmas time is about spending time with family and telling stories. And I have a pretty good story about my history with Animal Crossing on Christmas that is very well worth mentioning today. So to end things off, I'd like to end this video with a story. The year is 2014. I'm 17 now and I'm starting to get a little bit more financially independent and things like that. Not exactly, but I am able to at least save up my own money to start doing stuff. Around this time of year, I'm about ready to go to college. Like, I have everything planned out to go to college next year, and at the time, is my mindset that my family, between my mother and my sisters and I, that it wasn't going to last very much longer for all of us to be living in the same household. So my mindset was to try to make that year as special as possible. The problem was, we were very limited on our budget. Even with the money that I had saved up that year, I still was very limited. But we still made it work. So I wanted to do something special for my sisters and my mom. For my sisters, I knew they liked simulation games. They loved The Sims growing up, they always loved those games, but they had pretty much every expansion that was available at the moment, so I figured, okay, there's not really a Sims game that I could get them this year that they'd be excited about. What's another game that I think they could like? Around this time of year, Super Smash Bros. Was coming out. And I knew about Animal Crossing for a while at that point, but I had never given the series a try. Villager was one of the first characters who was announced for that game, and my sisters saw Villager and thought Animal Crossing looked really cute. So I thought, okay, Animal Crossing. Let's see if we can get them Animal Crossing for Christmas. For one sister, I got her Animal Crossing Wild World on the DS, which was a pretty easy game to find. But City Folk, for my other sister, that one took some time to figure out how to get. A lot of the stores in my area didn't have that game, and for me, it wasn't really that much of an option to order a game online and ship it. So we spent one night desperately looking through several different stores trying to find if anybody had a copy of Animal Crossing City Folk. We go to one of my favorite retro game stores, and I ask them, okay, this store doesn't have it, but is there another branch nearby that has a copy of City Folk? And they say that there's one store way across town. It's going to be closing in like 20 minutes or so, so if you want to go there, we got to get going now. We go through there. We get caught up in traffic a little bit, but we make it within 5 minutes to spare. I go in there and I explain, hey, you probably got a phone call that there's a guy looking for City Folk. I'm that guy. Do you still have this game? And they do. The sister who drove me there was the one who was going to get this game. So normally around this time, whenever I had to get a game and things like that from a retro game store, I'd always be super eager to show my family what games I got. This time, I didn't tell my sister anything. The only thing that I said getting into the car was, man, I'm so excited. I got this game, but I can't play it for a few weeks. It's gonna be awesome. I think my sister's mindset was a tradition that we also always had around this time. So around this time frame, within the past couple years or so, I was also starting to buy my own games. Like I was building up my own collection, I was starting to get my own consoles and things like that. So I was becoming increasingly more difficult to shop for. So my family decided to start a tradition where they'd be like, okay, you buy this game, that's fine, it's your money, but you can't actually play it until Christmas. You're gonna buy it, we're gonna take it from you, and then give it back to you for Christmas. It was just a fun little tradition that we had, and it was one of my favorites growing up. So, on Christmas, they both open Animal Crossing at the same time, and they love it, and I'm really happy about it. And then my mom, she opened her present. There's one specific game that's always been special to me. When my mom was pregnant with my older sister, she played Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on the Game Boy throughout her pregnancy. And then when I was born, a few years later, I think I was around 4 or so, she showed me Link's Awakening, and that just like blew my mind. Like I was a 4-year old, my mind was already blown. So that's a big reason why Link's Awakening is one of my favorite games of all time, because my mom played it when she was pregnant with me and my sister, and it was one of the first games I ever played growing up. So when we were little kids, we unfortunately had to part with our original cartridge and Game Boy. But leading up to that Christmas, I had managed to track down the exact copy that she had when we were kids. So she opens it up. She knew at this point that I already had a Game Boy, but she didn't know what games I had for it. So at this point, she's opening up the present, and she sees the Game Boy and is confused and looks at me and she's all like, "You're giving me your Game Boy?" I ask her to turn it on, and she sees Link's Awakening. And then I explain to her, this is the exact copy that she had when we were kids. I love giving presents. Seeing their reaction to just everything makes it worth it. That year was also a pretty good year for me getting presents as well. I have no idea how they managed to do it, but they got me pretty much every game that I was hoping for that year. We got Hyrule Warriors, we got Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, and I got Bayonetta 2 earlier that year for myself, but then my family asked me to return it. And at first I thought it was because, okay, it's an M-rated game, I'm technically 17 at this point, maybe they want me to wait another year. Nope, they already got me Bayonetta 2. And it was already even a better one because my copy didn't have the original first Bayonetta, but the one that they found had both games. So that was pretty great. That was a great Christmas all around. But as great as that one is, this one that happened this year in 2022, it tops it by a long shot. Because my sister and I have been planning it for a while that we try to find a way to get me up back over to where my family lives. Like, I'm very tight with my money, and I don't have a whole lot of savings, but we managed to find a way to get me back up there to visit for the holidays. My mom had no idea. So she opens the door and she sees me with my cute little porg Esteban with the pizza box. We open the door. I make it out as if it's like it's a pizza delivery. Her expression is going to be burned into my brain forever. She was just so happy. I loved that. That was an amazing weekend. And that weekend was also the time that I got probably my favorite Christmas present that I'm ever going to receive. I could get the most amazing game in the world, the most amazing thing in the world. It's not going to compare to this specific present. My baby niece, she's going to be turning 3 in February. And I was in the household for the first year or so of her life before I moved out and started working for Disney. Within the time that we still lived together, I had a giant Kirby plushie, and whenever she saw that Kirby plushie, she would always like pounce on it and give it like a giant hug. It's one of the cutest things in the world. I think she associates Kirby with me because when she and her mom were out going shopping, she sees a random Kirby plushie on a shelf, races over towards it, Happily squeals Uncle Jojo! This Kirby plush is the first thing that my baby niece ever got me for Christmas. And it's my favorite Christmas present of all time. Happy holidays, everybody. Until next time, Lady Gear to you.